Welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show, a special one for our little ferals. So we were on the radio, we got sacked, we flew off to Mallorca, we didn't know what the heck we were going to do, and we decided to start this podcast.
We're now sponsored by Redbrik Estate Agents' Summer Beach Club, Meadowhall and Twycross Zoo.
We need to start today by saying a big hello to one of our little ferals who's going through a little bit of a hard time at the moment. And listen, when one of our little ferals is down, we're there with you.
Yeah.
We're feeling it with you,
We're here to bring you back up.
Yes, we are. So Rich Cothamoller, who we adore and we love, he's been like one of our day ones, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has.
He used to listen to us on the radio and he's come with us. And, well, basically, I kind of feel a little bit responsible. Okay. So, we were talking last week about me as someone...
Hacking.
I wasn't hacked, but they were impersonating me on Instagram and trying to hack my friends. Anyway, poor old Rich was
Apart
really...
from me.
Apart from you. You didn't get a message, did you?
Did everyone get a message?
Well, I don't think everyone, but a lot of people did, yes.
Oh, right.
You're feeling a bit left out. I could message the hackers if you want and say,
guys,
can you message Laura? Because she's getting a bit of FOMO.
Do your research.
Yeah. So poor old Rich, he'd had a day at work. He was a bit tired and he got a message from this other account, right? Thought I'd set up another new one, clicked on this link, and unfortunately he has lost his whole Instagram account, and I can tell he's upset about it. In his words, he said he was wounded.
Oh no.
I know, and Rich is such a positive guy, isn't he? He's that guy who brings everyone else up. He brings the vibe.
Yeah.
So to hear him say that, I felt really bad.
And also, I'm going to say this, he sends us little prezzies. He sends us like Starbucks vouchers so we can go and drink. Like, you can't meet a nicer, kinder, more positive person.
He is lovely. So we're really sorry, Rich, and we're thinking of you.
Well, what we're going to do is when Rich opens his new Instagram account, we'll make sure loads of people follow him and he gets back to where he was.
Absolutely. So hi, Rich. We do love you, and have a good weekend. So I've got a few problems with my car at the moment and don't really understand what any of them are. So when I go to a garage, because I'm like a female on my own and I haven't got like a boyfriend or a husband who can come with me, I try and act like I know what I'm talking about. So I walk in with a bit of a swagger, first of all, a bit like confident. I don't want to look all like meek and nervous, Yeah. So I walk in with a bit of swagger and I'm quite like, all right, when I talk to them, So they think, oh, she knows. She knows about
cars. She could be a mechanic.
Yeah.
She'll know about
I might put a bit of oil on my hands.
On your face. Yeah. Oh, just come from under my car. There's something rattling. Can't quite reach it.
It'll be the fandango, you know? Yeah. It'll be the findingo.
The hoochie flip. That's what it is, but can't reach it, not got time.
Yeah, you know how it is, boys. Yeah, you know what it's like.
I can't get the part.
Nightmare at the moment. Could you have a look at it, boys? Just to give me peace of mind.
Mate, listen, if it makes you feel any better, I called the AA out. Have I told you this? No. A few weeks ago, my car wouldn't start, so I called the AA out.
Where were you?
At home.
Right.
Wouldn't start. Oh, car won't start. Called the AA. They came. He got in the car, turned the key, turned on straight away.
Stop!
And I just stood there. I thought, oh my God. And he just looked at me. I looked at him and I went, right, well, you fixed that then. Thank you. And then, do you know what I think he did? He went, I'll have a look under the bonnet just in case. So like a pity opening of the bonnet. But almost
to make it more worth his while. Like, I've come all the way out here. Might as well have a look for you.
Bonnet. Yeah, so he opened the bonnet and he went, oh. And I think what he did was thought, I'm going to have to say something. So he went, oh, the screw's a little bit loose on your battery. I'll tighten it up.
Oh, bless him.
To be fair though, ever since he's done that, when I lock my car goes beep, beep, beep. Like that.
He did it, he did it the other day.
That's what he does, yeah.
He's messed it up.
Wow.
He is absolutely
he's come out
he's
and
done you over.
My car.
Yeah. Don't call the AA, guys. So when I went into the garage, I gave it the big old spill, whatever. Anyway, I have got a nice guy, right? He's in Chesterfield. If anyone wants his details, I'll give them to you, because actually he is brilliant. And he tells me he gets a bit of money off. And also he does give me free things, right? So I thought, hello, this is good. Let's continue this.
Yeah.
So one day he was looking at under my bonnet, God knows what, and he needed to put a bit more oil in as well, right? So obviously oil is expensive, isn't it, to buy? It cost me an absolute fortune when I go and buy it from the garage. So he put a load in and I went, I'll say his name, Carl. I went, what I owe you, Carl? He went, oh, don't worry about it, Becky. And I was like, okay.
Okay, thanks, Carl.
I said, I'll be back here, Carl. And sure enough, the next day I was, because there was more things wrong on my car. And then I can't remember what it was. He did something else for free. He went, oh yeah, he went, don't worry about it, Becky. So I go out of there with a little spring in my step thinking, I'm getting free stuff here.
So let's rewind to when you said that when you go in, you look a bit like, ooh,
yeah.
You don't, do you? You don't. You're lying. It's a little dress in it, mate.
Little dress.
Tiny little
Spray
dress.
a load of perfume on
Boobs
before I go. Yeah, lippy on.
Yeah.
I'm like, Carl.
Carl.
Hello there.
Hey, Carl. There's something wrong with my car, Carl.
Do you want me to open the bonnet, Carl?
Yeah. Isn't it funny, Carl, that car is in your name? Is that why you like cars, Carl?
Do you want me to put the oil in, Carl? Do you want me to get all dirty? All messy? So anyway, right.
It's a wonder.
I thought, I was special getting all this free stuff, okay?
Yeah.
So I went in with somebody else who needed something doing on
He's
their
not
car.
two timing you, is he?
Well, possibly, yes.
With who?
Well,
who is she?
Well, it was a he as well. So I went in with a he. Somebody needed something doing on their car. It was a new bulb right on the brake light. Anyway.
Did you charge him a fortune?
Mate, he gave it to him for free. And I stopped in my tracks and I went, Carl, are you sure you want to do that, Carl? I mean, I know you give me free stuff, but why do you want to give him free stuff? So it literally...
Well, Carl's obviously not making any money. He needs more business sense. Come on, Carl.
So guys, if you want to go to Carl... But mate, I thought I was special. I thought I was getting some treatment there, but nope, he's just a nice guy who gives out freebies to people. So.
That's amazing. Well done, Carl.
If anyone wants Carl's details, DM us on our @LauraandBecky page.
But he won't give you stuff for free though. Jesus Christ, don't pimp Carl out, poor guy. You're going to break the man.
He's going to go bankrupt.
Yeah, bloody hell, Becky. Oh, well, talking about men, it's Friday.
Oh, no, hang on. What's going on?
Oh, sorry.
We need to do what's going on just really quickly. So you talked about this before. This is the Furies new reality TV show on Netflix. I just happened to flick on there yesterday. It came on. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to watch one. So I think there's about 6 episodes. I've only seen the first one. It does not disappoint.
Oh, I can't wait.
Do you know what it reminds me of?
The Osbournes.
Yes. Literally, it reminds me of when the Osbournes
chaotic.
They are nuts.
Yes.
They've got so many children, they don't know what to do with them. I mean, literally, they lose their kids. So in the first episode, there's a christening going on. There's different parties. They're taking them to school. They lose the kids on a daily basis, right? Especially one who's called Adonis, I think. Right. And all you hear is them going, Adonis! Adonis, where is he? Like, everywhere they go, they seem to lose him. But it's very funny. Tyson's very funny on it. Paris, his wife, she is a saint to put up with him and everything going on. That's all I'll say.
Oh my God.
Also, and this is probably the most exciting bit,
yeah,
is that Molly May Fury and Tommy Fury are in it. And that is interesting.
Well, I mean, it just covers all bases. If you like sport, you're going to watch it for the boxing. If you like Tyson Fury, obviously, you're going to watch. But if you like Molly May, I mean, that program's going to be massive.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to watch it.
Guys, that's a recommendation for the weekend. If you're thinking, I'm going to have a chilled one, want to watch something, stick it on.
Right, now we're on to the dating. Now things get dirty.
It's well, not that dirty. As it's Friday, we thought we'd delve into my men.
Yes.
From the past.
Yes.
So we're going to do 2 today. And you know how we always give them nicknames? And actually, we posted something about this on our Laura and Becky Instagram, didn't we, earlier on in the week? Because someone was saying, like, your best mates when you give people nicknames.
Yeah.
And we always give my men nicknames.
Yeah.
So shall we start with Buxton or Mumbler?
Let's go with Mumbler. Should we go with Mumbler first?
Let's go with Mumbler.
Yeah.
So this was a guy, this was probably a good 3 years ago.
Well, this was almost I never met him, did I?
No.
Okay.
You didn't. No, you didn't meet him. Probably for the best, to be honest. So he's actually got, he's got 2 names, this guy, just to confuse things even more. Mumbler and Lazy Bones. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. He was slightly lazy. And he mumbled a little bit as well.
So explain what you mean by lazy. Like, how is he lazy?
Oh, I will tell you. So he, this was in lockdown. And listen, I have to say, a lot of people were out of their routines in lockdown and didn't quite know what to do. Yeah. So I will give him that. But he wouldn't get out of bed until 3 PM. So through lockdown, right, we were kind of like, I wouldn't even say seeing each other. well, not even dating, because we didn't really date, but like chatting, all that kind of stuff, you know. And we'd known each other for a while. Anyway, he's probably one of the most good-looking guys I've ever seen in my life. Like, he's ridiculously good-looking, right up my street, tall, dark, handsome, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny when somebody's personality doesn't match their looks, they suddenly become very unattractive? And he did become very unattractive to me, even though he was like, he looked Italian, like he was so good looking.
Right.
So through lockdown, I was trying to like motivate him a little bit. I was like, because he used to be a PT. I was like, why don't we do like PT sessions? And I was saying like 10 in the morning, so not like 6 a.m. He was like, yeah, absolutely. He would sleep through these online PT sessions and literally he wouldn't wake up till 3 in.
What time did he go to bed?
I don't know. But I just thought, I cannot go out with somebody who's getting up at 3 in. It was like going out with a student, mate.
Or a vampire.
Or a vampire, yeah. And listen, I stuck with it for a little bit. I thought he's, finding his feet in lockdown, blah, blah, blah. But I couldn't put up with it anymore. But let's rewind to before lockdown, okay? So we were sort of seeing each other. He was like a sales person, right? So he was like selling, I think it was like, I don't know.
Boilers?
It was something to do like insurance for boilers or something like that. Anyway, lazy bones / mumbler. This one day, he obviously hadn't got enough sales, right?
Hang on, wait, why was he called mumbler? He couldn't be bothered to talk.
Oh, because he just sometimes...
He was so lazy.
Yeah.
He couldn't be able to talk.
Like, he would talk normally, but then sometimes he'd just go into a bit of a... And I'd be like, pardon? Sorry, say that again. And by the third time, I just give up. I'm like, I have no idea what he's saying. So that's why he's called Mumbler. So he obviously hadn't had enough sales this day, right?
I'm going to say something else then.
What do you think I was going to say? Anyway, I had this thing flash up. Was it an email or a bank thing? I can't remember what it was. But it basically said that I'd signed up for something. I was like, that's really weird. I have not signed up for anything. Anyway, it all became clear. He'd basically put in my details as if I had taken out this boiler insurance or whatever it was, just to make it look like he'd had more sales that day.
That's so cheeky. So what basically, a cheeky little fella.
Yeah. What a cheeky little fella. He wasn't my boyfriend. He was just Mumbler, but I had been scammed. Would it have been scammed by Mumbler?
Was fraudulent.
He frauded me.
He was frauded.
He was fraudulent.
Yes,
he was a fraudulent man.
Dare he?
How dare he?
Did you even have a boiler that needed insurance?
No, I did not. So anyway, I was absolutely livid about this. So went to him, didn't speak to him. I was like, I'm disgusted by this, blah, 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 blah. And we didn't speak for a while. And then he was sort of very apologetic and was like, blah, blah, blah. So then we kind of did start chatting again, but then he got lazy in lockdown and he had to go.
Yeah, bloody hell.
So we'll tick him off. That's Mumbler
tick Mumbler. He didn't sound right.
No. And there's a lesson there, guys. Even though they might be really good looking, doesn't mean they're the one.
And also get your boilers insured.
And also, don't give your bank details to a guy that you're seeing, okay? Because he might be fraudulent with you. Okay, shall we move on to number 2?
Yeah, now number 2... I feel a bit bad about number 2.
Yeah, I do.
So it's a really quick, simple one, isn't it? Number 2.
It is.
I had high hopes for number 2.
We are big fans of number 2.
Yes.
So we're going to call this man Buxton. And actually, we both still adore him to this day, don't we?
Yeah.
He is funny.
I'm
He's lovely.
Gutted I didn't meet him face to face.
Did you? I thought you... Oh my God, no, you didn't, did you?
Meet him. I am gutted. I would still like to meet him.
But he did start following you on Instagram.
Yes.
Didn't he?
But unfortunately, we would still meet him, wouldn't we? But he don't want to.
No, unfortunately not. Okay, so number 2 is called Buxton. And the reason he's called Buxton is because we went on a few dates and there was a little bit of distance between us.
Yeah.
But he was obsessed with us meeting for dates in Buxton. I have never known anything like it. Also, there's not a great deal to do in Buxton. It's not like it's the hub.
We're going to Buxton tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
You should let him know.
No, in fact, hang on. Yes.
No?
Yeah, no, we're going today.
Yes, we're going today.
We're so confused.
Anyway.
But what I mean is, like, for a date, it's not like it's the hub of the north. You know, like
No, it's not a lot going on.
There's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's also a little bit of a pain to get to sometimes.
Yeah.
So anyway, he was literally like, should we meet in Buxton? First time I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Let's meet there, fine. But after that, anytime we went on a date, and actually there is something else to say.
Go on.
Okay, I'll finish this bit first. So anytime we went for a date after that, he was like, Buxton? Every time. And I was like, what is his bloody obsession with Buxton? I don't want to go to bloody Buxton. Anyway, there was another thing as well. So when we had our first date, the first date went really well. Do you remember me saying to us, like, oh my God, it was really nice. I really liked his company, blah, blah, blah. So I was ready to go for another date. And I think when you like somebody, you've got to keep that momentum going. You've got to keep that train going, you know?
Yeah.
And I was ready to do a date with him like the week after or whatever. But he wasn't.
No.
So he was quite a busy guy, right?
We're all busy, Becky.
We're all busy, but this was ridiculous. So he was voice noting me and he was like, let's get another date with dinner. I was like, yes, absolutely. And he went, and I think this was it January or February?
Yeah, it was early on in the year.
But basically, he went, let's get our diaries out. Yeah, I'm not free for another 2 months. So should we book it in for 2 months' time?
Book it in Buxton.
I was like, what? You can't fit me in for 2 months, but you want to book me in that far? That gives me anxiety. Booking things in that far ahead gives me absolute anxiety.
So no one is that busy. I am sorry. Nobody. Well, he hasn't got one free evening.
Or one free afternoon or morning. That's insane. So basically it was a bit of a standoff then because I do not book in. I mean, I could have been married by then.
Yeah, you could have met someone else.
Yeah, I could have been literally married off. So I was like, I can't book things.
You can't dedicate your time that far in advance.
No, and not to somebody who I was only just getting to know.
And only goes to Buxton.
So it was a bit of a standoff then. So we were chatting still, but it was a while till we had another date. Went on another date. Again, great date.
Yeah.
But I think it was the Buxton thing and maybe just that he couldn't
Well,
fit
even
me in.
then, after you had your second date, it was the next day, it was like in 4 months' time.
Yeah.
It just wasn't going to work. But he thought it was working, no?
Yeah. I think he did maybe, yeah.
It's a shame though, because he's not going to listen, is he? He's not a little feral, for God's sake.
No.
He wouldn't stay friends, would he? He was like, I'm sorry.
No, it was really,
it's either
really
I
sad.
see you 3 times a year in Buxton or nothing.
Yeah, and actually I was a bit sad because I thought we could be good friends. I really did.
I want to be friends with him.
Well, do you think now that a bit of time has passed, maybe we should get back in touch with him together, me and you, to come as a pair, get back in touch with him and be like,
mate,
why don't we come to Buxton and meet you? Yeah. Come on, let's do a day drinking session in Buxton.
If he doesn't come and meet us in Buxton, he doesn't want to be our friends.
I know.
'Cause it's Buxton, isn't it?
I know.
It's not like we're saying it's Liverpool.
Maybe I will put the feelers out to Buxton and see what he says.
Maybe. We'll meet him in like January 2026. See what he's up to. Yeah, put that to him. So do you fancy meeting in Buxton January 2026? What are you up to, mate?
Yeah, let's get it booked.
You got time for us, mate?
Oh, God.
Anyway, have a lush weekend.